So tonight we're gonna make some delicious dinner. It's gonna be all plant-based, all plants everywhere. This dinner is gonna be really good for you, full of vitamins, full of nutrients, and also hearty and delicious. So we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna be having some butternut squash gnudi with some homemade ricotta, cashew ricotta, some sliced onion, some sliced garlic as well, a few fresh herbs. We have some sage and thyme leaves, and then a little bit of serrano pepper for some spice. And to bring it all together, because this dish is going to be a little bit sweet, we're going to have some bitter broccoli rabe. I'm going to prep that right now. So with broccoli rabe, all you really need to do is just kind of take off some of these stems at the end, about a 1/4 inch up. They can just get a little tough and fibrous. So I just take just about that much off. Everything else is edible. The stem, the leaves, it's all edible and all delicious. And what I like to do when I do eat my plants, I make sure I try to eat as much of it as possible. Stems always have a lot of nutrients in them, so you don't want to just discard them and throw them away. You want to try and eat them in your diet as much as possible. So just simply like that, I just take off the ends. So no more than that, that's all you need. And then I save this here for my compost, or you can just discard it, whatever you like to do. So now we're going to head over here, blanch this off really quick. So right here we got a pot of water, boiling, salted. So all we need to do now is just drop in our broccoli rabe, very simply. Just going to drop it in, no longer than just a minute or two. We're just trying to kind of just shock it, set the color, tenderize some the stems a little bit. So in just like that, move it around a bit. I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to take it right into our ice bath. All right, so broccoli rabe is now done. What you guys didn't see was once I left it in the water about 30 to 45 seconds. I just wanted to make sure that it was cooled down. You don't want to leave it in too long, because then it'll start to take on a lot of water and kind of have a watery taste. We don't want to do that. So once we get it out, I squeezed out as much water as I could, then I patted it dry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down a little smaller, because my gnocchi are going to be probably about 1/2 inch in size. So I want to make everything uniform, because in the cooking world we want uniform. Good uniform means cooked evenly. So just going to take this here, take my knife, just going to cut them down into some bite-sized pieces, the stems, right up to the leaves. And it's going to work wonderfully with this dish, because again, this is butternut squash gnudi. Butternut squash is a little sweet. The cashew ricotta is also sweet. The broccoli rabe's flavor is a little nutty, a little bitter. So all these components together are going to make a really, really awesome and perfect dish. So this is the size you need. Again, just a rough chop. You don't have to be too fancy with it. No skills really required. Just get it cut down to some bite-sized pieces. The next thing I'm going to do is I like a little spice when I do my dinner. It's just personal preference. This part you can leave out if you want. It's totally up to you. But this is serrano pepper. What I do is I just like to pop off the top of the stem, discard that, take off the top. I leave the seeds and all in. Again, you don't have to do this. That's my personal preference. If you don't like the seeds, simply just cut them in half, take the seeds out. But me, I love the seeds, I love the heat. And as we know, inside peppers, seeds are where all the heat is. So just gonna kind of slice this on the bias, kind of thin. Again, don't need to have the best knife skills for this. We're just trying to get it cut down so that everything can cook uniformly and quickly. Because once the gnudi comes out of the water, it's going to cook for about 4 to 5 minutes, and once it comes out, the whole dish comes together rather quickly. So we're going to be sure that everything's ready. It's called mise en place. Add that to your vocabulary. All right, into my bowl. All right, now we are ready to do our gnudi. So meet me at the stove. So now I am shaping our butternut squash gnudi. I'm gonna do a video later on about this recipe, about what gnudi is, about what gnocchi is, what the differences are. So be looking out for that very soon. So with the gnudi, I've got 2 spoons. You can use whatever size spoons you want. I like mine a little smaller. So you're just gonna take about 1/2 of the spoon. We're gonna make a shape what's called a quenelle or a canal. You just take your spoons And you kind of go back and forth. And we drop it down into our salted hot water. And again, these aren't going to take very long to cook at all. I mean, this is a very, very quick dinner. Not very long at all, especially if you make your dough like ahead of time. This dinner could take you no longer than like 15 minutes, if that. So I'm going to keep on making some gnudi, and when it comes to the top, I'll know it's ready, and I'll put it into our pan over here and let you know what's going in with the gnudi in just a minute. So now our gnocchis are starting to float. You can see they've kind of increased in size a little bit. So that's normal, that's what you want. And you can see they're not all the same size. That's the beauty about this dish. It's rustic. Not everything's going to look the same, but that's okay. We know that they're going to be delicious. So we take them out, we drain off as much liquid as possible. We transfer them over here to our hot pan, which has shea butter, a little olive oil, and we're going to go right to getting our gnocchis caramelized. That's the sound you want to hear. You want it to sing to you. So we're going to get those going. You're going to leave them for about a minute or two. Let some crust form on the outside. Don't be afraid. Everything's okay. Trust yourself. Trust your cooking equipment. So now these have been cooking for right about 2.5 minutes. They're starting to get some good color, so I'm starting to flip them. You can see on these guys here, really trying to get some good color. So now, lets me know I'm ready to flip. So I just take my tongs, just start to give them a flip. Some may stick, that's also okay. Not a big deal. Just try and get them flipped as best you can. Again, we're cooking at home. It's fun, not meant to be perfect, just meant to have some good food that's going to feed you and the people you love. So there we go, got some really good color on some of these. So now at this point, I'm going to start going in with my veg. We're not going to take very long to cook. We start with the things that take the longest to cook. So that's going to be our onion. So just a few of those in there. And then go with a little bit of pepper. I wish you guys could smell the aroma coming off right now. It's amazing. So just want to toss those around. Just get those onions kind of softened. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. So now at this point, I'm going to go with a little bit of our garlic now. I'm going to cook that just so it's fragrant. Probably about 15 to 30 seconds. Keep everything moving around. Now at this point I'm going to lower my heat because my onions are soft now, my peppers are giving off their oils, my garlic is fragrant. A little bit of fresh black pepper. Going in with our rab that's already been blanched, so this is already cooked as well, so this won't take very long either. Finish off with our fresh herbs. Today I'm using some fresh sage. You just kind of break it up, leave it whole, whatever you like to do. I'm just going to break it, because again we're going rustic, so just going to break this up, nice big chunks. A little bit of thyme. I'm going to pick that right off. And this time of year too, it's winter time here in Ohio, so I really want to go with some nice kind of thick stem herbs, woody herbs. Very good for this dish. Okay, so we are almost there. We're going to give this another toss. Oh my gosh, guys. I wish you could smell this right now. It smells amazing. And to finish off, to really set this dish off, I'm going to go with a little fresh squeeze Lemon juice. The acid is just really going to brighten this whole dish up. Really going to wake up all the flavors. So just a little bit of fresh lemon juice. And I'm going to do just a little bit of our pasta water. Just going to use my tongs to scoop some up. Just a little bit to help kind of emulsify everything. All right, now we're going to go over, plate this up, have a taste. So now to my favorite part of any meal is plating, because I feel like we eat with your eyes first. So I like to try to make my plates as pretty as possible. And with this dish, it's easy. You just want to get everything kind of to the center of your plate. All that wonderfully gnocchi, all that shea butter, olive oil, that lemon juice, salt, pepper, those peppers. I mean, the smell, you can just smell the herbs. You can smell the sweetness, you can smell the earthiness. I mean, this dish just says it's wintertime in Ohio. So just like that. Move everything nice and tight. And then just to finish, a little bit of freshly ground nutmeg. A little bit of fresh lemon zest. And again, guys, this was a really simple meal. It didn't take very long. Butternut squash gnudi with some rampini, a little onion, garlic, some serrano peppers. And I'm going to top it off here with our homemade cashew ricotta just over the top. Amazing. And a little chef tip, I was going to finish with a nice little bit of olive oil just to make it luscious. Little black pepper. And if you're feeling fancy, if you got some left over from cooking, just throw some fresh herbs on top of there as well. And there you have it, a plant-based dinner fit for you. Enjoy.